I suppose do a big finish as Hartnell, but that's not going to happen.
Never say never.
No, that's true. Never thought I'd get to do that scene with Matey Boy. Oh, we're alive. Yes, we are alive. Hello. Welcome to the Flashing Blade watch-along of Boomtown, which I've completely forgotten to advertise, as I always do. We're a week late on this one because I'm afraid I was ill last week. I do apologise. So, yes, the penultimate but one Christopher Eccleston story.
The fluent. This is actually fluent. I mean, I can't believe it.
Now, Brian, we'll let Brian start talking about the alternate universe theory from 2012 and the Hadron Collider. I was explaining it to somebody this afternoon, and her eyes went a bit crossed. I
could try explaining it at work, but they can't.
To the people that can't switch on computers.
Yeah.
By the way, hello, Brian's bosses. He doesn't say a word.
Well, to be fair, it's thin clients, not computers. So,
yes.
Right, so we're watching Boomtown. We're watching it on the iPlayer, aren't we, Brian?
Yeah, actually I am.
And
it's loaded.
What we're doing, we're starting off on the title screen, where it's got a picture of Margaret cuddling Rose in the ship. And we'll do 3, 2, 1, go. When I say go, it starts a pudding race. I'm sorry. How do you start a pudding race? Say go.
A rice pudding race?
I'm pretty sure it's a cracker joke from somewhere. It's worse than a dad joke, so it must be a cracker joke. Oh, the shame. Anyway, yes, on go, hit the play button from that title screen. Gentlemen, by the way, that's Eddie, that's Brian. I'll let you work out which one's which.
Know us by now.
Don't say that. That can come back to bite you. Seriously, in years to come, people will come up to you, or they'll talk to you online, and they will remind you of stuff you've said on this show, and you will have no memory whatsoever of it. But they will.
Well, we'll combat that, right? So, Brian, I'll be Eddie this week, but next week, you be Eddie, I'll be Brian. We'll alternate it between weeks.
We'll alternate each other, yeah.
Yeah. Sunday we'll swap. No worries. Sorted.
Right, okay. So,
I get to fly to Scotland on Sunday. You get to fly to America.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Friday.
And then 2 weeks quarantine.
And don't worry, I have a 3-day weekend this week, so you don't have to work until Tuesday.
Yeah, all right. Well, so that gives you roughly 4-ish days to perfect each other's accents. Good luck with that, boys.
We're not going to perfect any accents. We're just going to.
You surprise me. Right, are we ready?
We're ready whenever.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Click that bastard. Previously.
Yes, I'm on a previously.
Kasploosh.
I'm on previously.
There's Andrew Marr. And immediately we start to cry because it's, oh God, no, it's the Slovene.
This wasn't last week.
It's the farting aliens.
No, it's a previously rather than last week on. Because they assumed that no one would remember Aliens of London in World War III.
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad episode, but it was the one that was the most forgettable.
But again, I like the scene with the bin in Rose. They were testing things out, working out what worked, what didn't work. For example, it does have the odd comedy moment. But it's far darker than...
Yeah.
Now then, this gentleman, one of the first people to be in both the classic and the new series.
Oh, I must have zoom in on him then so I can see his face.
Yeah, that would help, actually.
Come on, a bit closer. A bit closer now.
Gurgling, according to the subtitles.
Oh no, not gurgling.
Oh.
She is bloody wonderful in that Badland. There you go, there's his face. Come on. There's a pint of milk involved.
Pint of milk. I don't recognise the face. Sorry. Get it ready.
No. No, this is a tricky one if you don't know it.
Wise move.
Yeah. Basically, he worked at an undertaker's. Does that help?
You worked in Undertaker's Unclassic Who.
Mm-hmm.
No, with Undertakers, I can't get past the second episode of this. I need to go. Leave it with me. I'll go back.
Okay. I was happy to tell you. I don't want to tweet. I'm not going to
Oh no,
torment you
go
on
tell
this.
us then. Tell us then.
It's
Tell
the
us then.
Undertaker from Remembrance of the Daleks.
Guys,
Right.
I need one moment.
Right. Are you wanting to pause?
Sure. In 3, 2, 1, pause.
Now, hopefully, boys and
I'm
girls
sorry,
who are
dog
watching
just
this on
shit in the hall, and
YouTube.
I have to clean it up, or else I'm gonna start dry heaving.
Right, good. If you're watching this on YouTube, we stopped.
Because Brian's going to be sick.
Is he actually not feeling
Or
well?
does he need juice?
I don't know.
He said dry heaving there.
I thought he said dry humping.
No, there's well,
It's been a long time.
if it was that, then I'd be less concerned because that's normal. But I'm sure he said dry heave.
I wonder if
Unless he
something...
just needs a drink.
Oh, maybe the dog's been ill or something.
Oh right, I think you maybe heard the dog dry heave.
Hang on,
Are
we'll ask
you
him.
okay?
We'll ask him. Feign disinterest.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
What was all that about, child?
The dog shit in the hall.
Oh,
There we go.
And yeah, it smells. So rather than be uncomfortable for the next hour,
The smell's still there, though, Brian.
no, it's not. I have Febreze.
but Brian, these are the sacrifices we must make for one's art.
And there's also the fact
Yeah, no.
you just know there's molecules of that smell still in the air.
No.
No,
it's all
there
Febreze.
are. You have to do the
No,
shaking
it's all
back.
really Febreze. All right,
You
let's-
Febreze that mother. That's gone.
Oh, yeah.
That's
that's gone.
Right. YouTube, we are starting from 0 to 38.
that's spot on what I'm on.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Again, 3, 2, 1, go. Before we do that, though, Brian, your dog's not going to have another poo. Is he?
No, he's up with Jess now.
That's a bit insulting, really, isn't it?
He takes a crap, makes me clean it. And then
Yeah, and
goes,
then goes up to Jess.
Yeah. You've fulfilled
Your purpose has been done.
Yeah.
I walked him. He peed outside. Thank God. And
Right then, so 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Alrighty. Yes, that silent Doctor Who title sequence. The good thing about doing it like this is I'm not going to get annoyed as the Murray Gold's theme tunes get worse and worse.
Louder and louder and more intrusive. Yes,
And so very badly mixed at some stages. They were just...
busy trains. Remember them?
Didn't have trains where I came from.
for Ford, Alan.
I've been there.
Why is it spelt wrong?
What? What?
Why is it spelt wrong?
Welsh language, it's kind of like Flemish.
Oh,
With the emphasis on the phlegm.
I've been there. Quite a few times,
Also,
actually.
we call it Wisconsin.
I absolutely adore Wales. Or West Virginia as Captain Jack Harkness. Oh, that's going to be fun. Captain Cheesecake.
How's Mickey there? Did
Basically,
Mickey get sent for?
yes. She fancied a booty call.
Oh, has anybody watched Billy Piper's new show on Sky?
Nope.
It's rubbish.
Oh,
We watched one episode and just couldn't watch it anymore. It's just
Oh dear.
watching somebody have a meltdown. No, thank you. Have them every day. Don't need to watch somebody have one.
Sorry, I'm just watching the Doctor's reaction to this conversation.
Oh,
Yeah.
not impressed, is he?
but I don't think he's impressed with Rose.
I'm liking more cheeky Mickey.
Yeah, very much so. This is a really good story. I know it didn't hit home first of all, but there are layers to this story. There's so much to it.
Think of what it's following as well. It was going to be a hard act to follow.
Yeah. But I mean, you got a relaxed Ninth Doctor. It's fine, he's obviously come to terms with things, and it's all okay. You got Jack there to ease the whole thing. But Rose has just called Mickey ostensibly to bring her her passport. And I don't know what Jack's wearing in this. I'm sorry, Jack Harkness is the Royal Air Force. Sorry. Hooray! Finally, they call it Chameleon Circuit.
In the obligatory explanation.
Except it shouldn't look like wood, it should look like concrete.
Is this where Torchwood is based as well?
Yes, right underneath it. Right underneath where they are now. And indeed, there's a version of Captain... In fact, there's several versions of Captain Jack.
But the version of Captain Jack underneath, actually, this...
Yep, waiting for the right version of the Doctor, the 10th Doctor, to turn up. I think, what did we work out? There were 5 different versions of Captain Jack in Cardiff during the Second World War.
5 John Barrowmans? That can't be healthy.
No, one of them is the real Captain Jack, to be fair. Blydrog. I wonder what that could possibly mean. She's lovely. I always remember she got upset because we gave away the last Twinkie. I say Hooverville. We were interviewing Graham Harper. And we'd been told by guy who played Krelper in Kaiser Androzani that on set Graham Harper's name was Twinkle. And so right at the end of the interview I walked and says, right, and we've got something for you. He goes, oh, that's very nice. It's a Twinkie for Twinkle.
Twinkie.
The man howled. It was such a hearty laugh. And then Annette sort of said, do I get a Twinkie? And I suddenly felt really bad because that was the last one. She's lovely. She really is a lovely woman.
We'll not tell Brian how much it costs to buy a packet of Twinkies here, because you've got to go to those American
stores. Well, we did
stores
have those fake
Twinkies,
Twinkies, which I can get from Poundland. But they're fake Twinkies. That's at Twinkies. They're not the real deal. So they're cheap. They're not. I think we tried them on the show at one point early on.
We did. Or you did.
Thing is, I'm not exactly... I used to be, but I'm not now a huge fan of Twinkies. I think I've eaten too many of them, and as a result, the chemicals in my body will now not let me decompose.
Yeah,
that's my goal in life. I want an Egyptian Twinkie funeral if I go. Stick me in the middle, put the sarcophagus, Twinkie, fill it. I'm good. I'll be fresh for eternity.
Until, of course, Woody Harrelson digs you up after the zombie apocalypse.
Well, think about it like this. If there is a zombie apocalypse and I do come back, I could just eat a Twinkie and leave.
You won't be interested in Twinkies. All you'll want is brains.
And Twinkie is Twinkie.
You could put some faggots there, I suppose. Brains, faggots. Faggots are meatball things over here. I just realised in America it has a different connotation. And it was always Mr. Brains Faggots. And the name of it as a kid put me off. I thought it was Brains. It wasn't. We're not talking much about this at the moment, are we?
No. It's a slow burner.
It's a slow setup, to be fair.
This young girl's not long for this world. Or
She's
going to be in severe danger.
Yep, that looks about right. That was a good series, Chernobyl.
Oh, I couldn't watch it. It was really harrowing. Really, really harrowing. How did she get from London to here? Surely it was no kind
It's
of
6 months later.
Right, and she's
now the mayor of Cardiff.
That's not bad CGI. I mean,
it's better than the last episodes.
Yeah.
Again, they're learning as they keep going.
The lighting's better. There's darker lighting, so it kind of compensates a wee bit more than.
Do you need to clear your throat, Mrs. Slitheen? Sorry. You have a mate? Please don't mean what she says. That fish and chips was good. Sorry. And there we go. She's just saved her life.
Yeah. So she has got a heart.
Well, that becomes an interesting point later on. $10.55 that just was. For some reason it's doing a strange thing. Thank you.
I'm just...
Now there's
totally
paste on the inside of a rebuilt 10 Downing Street.
Yeah.
Harriet Jones redecorated.
Slovene a little bit, aren't they?
They're
It's a little bit of retcon. I mean, I think Siobhan's right. They're kind of learnt from the...
Yeah.
Yeah. She's become infected. She's gone native.
Again, there are some fascinating discussions to come in this episode. This episode is so underrated. It really is. And that's gone very wrong. Oh dear me. But I have to admit, I am glad that they reduced the Slitheen to a Sarah Jane Adventures villain.
Yeah.
Why is Captain Jack wearing armbands? Are we in the 80s? No, it's not armbands. What is he? Yeah,
That's
no,
his time manipulator
time-
thingy me. Vortex manipulator. I got the words right eventually. And Mickey's enjoying himself with them, which is lovely. Oh dear.
And they're accepting Mickey as well, which is nice.
Yes. We'll come to the point in the next series where Mickey joins them. We'll come to a continuity error.
Uh-oh.
This needs to have the professionals.
There's a theme song. A theme tune.
It's got to be done properly. If it isn't, the guitar piece just all sounds awful.
Proper wah-wah guitar.
What is a 57-56 strategy? Anybody? Right. What he said.
Do what he said.
And this again it just upsets me a bit. Mickey being clumsy during the chase. Don't denigrate the character like this. He's better than this. Stop treating him like not even the tin dog, just the comedy relief. I like this little bit. It's when the aide comes back out. Wait for it. Wait for it. 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she's climbing out of the window, isn't she? Sorry, I've leapt ahead.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Oh, dear.
Pretty nimble.
Oh, there's those corridors again. Do you believe they were the White House?
I see what you mean.
Yeah, it is a case of hang on. You see, look.
At least he gets much better when he joins UNIT.
He doesn't join UNIT.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
When he comes
He's the
back
alternative. He's the alternative universe.
No, that's not UNIT.
No, he comes
That's working
back
for-
marries Martha.
Yeah, and they're not working for UNIT. They're solo. I want this teleport noise. Ring.
Doesn't he do that quite a bit? Oh. Oh, that's just evil.
It is really, to be honest. But sometimes you just can't help it.
Yeah.
Well,
Throughout the entire planet. Yep.
apart from that.
Now when you say it like that.
Something's about to get brought front and centre for the first time.
Yeah.
Easy for him to say.
The thing is, I reckon previous Jack would be ready for that. Or future Jack, who's still there as well. Oh dear. That's a very pertinent thing to say. We're in Cardiff, London doesn't care.
She has what native.
Mm-hmm. But what a place to put it. Why leave it there? Oh, who got the technobabble today?
Yeah. The doctor's not happy. That's his job.
Oh, no. He's just noticed. Here you go.
Lad Druig.
Looks like a piece of Lego.
Yeah.
And again, this is layering things up for the end of the series. It doesn't explain where you get your oxygen supply from. Radiation protection.
Must create a force field or something.
Well, it does. Here we go.
Just no idea where it's been put there.
And this whole bad wolf thing by now was at fever pitch around the country.
Yep.
The press were going nuts about it. Nobody knew what it meant.
And you're not getting it, but you've got the Murray Gold kind of bad wolf theme now in the background as well. I mean, it's just quite eerie.
I don't think he believes himself. That's the one from this series I can do. I can't do the Jagrafess.
Go for it then, Siobhan. Give us it.
Raxacorica Thalapsaurus.
Raxacorica. Yeah. That's what my cat is named.
When I introduce you to Mr. Dalek Invades Trumptonshire, you will hear more of this. But we have to introduce you to Chigley, Campbellwick and Trumpton first. Right, and here's the moral dilemma.
Oh, she's a political exile.
No, she's a criminal. And the punishment for her crimes on her planet are death. She's been tried. And if they take her back, she'll be killed.
So she's telling the truth. Is she telling the truth?
I don't know. Yes, it is.
Now she's playing his ego.
I don't know if this was actually planned as such to bring Emmett Birdland back. But I can imagine it was just flexible enough for them to do that. To actually write the character as Margaret Slitheen rather than just another character. And because she did bring something to it.
She was the most memorable one.
Yeah. Not even the guy who does the voiceovers for I don't know, lottery. Who knows? Really? I like the way this episode ends. It's a cheat, but look at me, I got my toy Sontaran ship.
Is that what she's holding?
No, it's a piece of the TARDIS. Put on your tough face. Go on, love.
He's not going to win that one.
Nope.
No. And staring competition is one by.
Staring competition with a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah.
Probably literally cold-blooded. They look lizard-like. Don't mean to prejudge. It's character piece time.
Character piece, no.
Come on, Mickey, you're better than that.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he grows. He's got a lot of growing up to do. He's more bloody mature than.
He's a very desperate man.
Yeah.
He's losing his girlfriend, the woman he loves,
to an alien.
I don't even think it's that. It's just the fact he's losing her, and you get to a point in a relationship like that where you'll do and say anything to try and stop it falling apart anymore. I've been there. It's not fun.
I still get a lot of sympathy for him. Look at what he was put through that year. They disappeared.
Oh no! I totally agree. I am totally on Mickey's side here. I really am. Rose is a bad girlfriend.
Yeah. That's been the revelation of rewatching this back for me. But Rose isn't likeable.
And as we said, fair dues to the scripts and fair dues to Billie Piper.
Yeah, absolutely. There's an evil-looking face.
She's sussing him out. Here we go. The mind games are starting. No, we ended up in Utah. There's your answer. So you did escape from an explosion 10 Downing Street. That's right, the doctor's done worse. I wonder what the actual base station for the teleport is. Here we go. Gently weaving the web.
All right. Final meal.
But it's more than that. This is a wonderful thing. Something we've not seen the Doctor have to face up to before. I think the closest is, do I have the right?
Oh, that's quite cold.
It is. It is. Yeah, don't ask him
That's
where.
quite scary.
Don't. No, Jack. No.
That's a bit much.
Does that work both ways, though?
I'm just thinking to myself, that just another kinky sex game for you? It's Jack.
Sounds like Tuesday.
I take it you wear them on the wrist then.
Oh, I love Cardiff.
Just clarify.
I absolutely adore Cardiff.
Never been. I've been close through work, but I've never actually been in Cardiff.
Admittedly, there's less there now. The experience isn't there. And
I'd have loved it.
And Eddie's Diner's not there either. That's fallen foul. That's gone.
Oh.
That's where they filmed The Impossible Astronaut and whatchamacallit? Hellbent.
Went to the experience in London and loved it, but I would love to have went back and seen it done at Cardiff.
Blom.
Should never have ended it. She ain't no dumb blonde.
Wait for it.
Eyes in the back of his head.
Two, 3, 4.
Oh,
Someone's showing off.
so casual.
Oh, steak. I haven't had steak in far too long. Nearly a year now.
It's overrated.
No, it's not. It's steak. Steak, chips and egg.
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, an egg on top. Fried onion. Mushrooms.
I'm sorry, I should have shut up. I'm so sorry, Eddie.
I'm hungry again. Saying that, if you're going for steak and chips, don't go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. Did you see that?
No.
Poor guy. Steak, chips, and a bottle of wine and get left with a bill for over £600. So, I recommend Aldi steak. Nice, thick, juicy. Get your oven chips. Just as good.
We normally go out for my birthday for a dinner. That's coming up, but I honestly don't know how easy it's going to be able to do this year.
Who normally goes with you?
My old friend of mine, Neil, and sometimes his wife, Helen and Andy, Adam, old friend of ours, Peter Linford, sometimes Karen Dunn. Stella was there last year. It's normally a quiet little thing, but it's just nice. I like quiet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. A nice quiet dinner's good.
Oh dear. 57 varieties. Soup! Oh my god! That's what Antifa protesters are using. Margaret Blaine soup.
They're hiding within Margaret Blaine, all of them?
That must be what it is. That's what Trump was talking about. Margaret Blaine
the
soup.
dark shadows. Oh my God.
Yeah, we know what he means by that. That's hearkening back to Hitler.
That's a fair point.
That's a fair point, isn't that? And then his internet froze. So we'll never know now. Try again, Eddie.
It's a fair point because she's absolutely right. She's pleading for mercy out of a dead woman's skin.
Yeah.
That looks lovely. Is that Cardiff Bay?
Wow.
Yeah. And this is before the Yanto Shrine. God, that thing embarrasses me. I'm just old. That's all it is. When I grew up, you were hated being a Doctor Who fan. Now you're cool.
Mm-hmm.
And what worries me is it doesn't go into her head at all.
No.
Doesn't change her one bit.
Well, in her head, it's just me.
So from now on, the Flashing Blade shall refer to her as Beaker.
Me. Or a Roadrunner.
His version of Ode to Joy is just genius. You got to look it up on YouTube.
This is true. She's saying here just she's actually spared a life. She does have. She couldn't do it.
But he has an answer for that as well. It's a fascinating exploration of his morals. He's hit home. He really has hit home there.
He's totally got a number.
And that's a very true thing.
Oh. That's a great game of tennis.
It is. It's brilliant. This program, this episode is so underrated.
Advantage Slovene. She can't promise that.
It's not that. Instantly there's something else happening. Forget it. It's her excuse out of the conversation. Venom Grubs? Is she from the Aesop Galaxy?
Sorry, that's my stomach. All this talk about steak and chips.
You know
I'm well fed right now.
We'll do that at Hooverville next year. Steak and the fact that Cardiff's falling apart, Mickey, to be fair.
Yeah, it is. Kind of just look around you.
Oh, that's not good.
Again, this episode's gone quickly.
Just checking it. My goodness. Yes, it has.
I'll Torchwood are busy trying to work out what the fuck's going on. Jack already knows. So he's just putting, little dampers in place to make sure nothing goes completely tits up. Don't know who's going to pay for that.
The Mexicans. Sorry, different thing going, Tyler. Sorry.
Yeah.
I get confused for a minute.
Mexicans will build the wall for you.
Well, if they keep the COVID out, I'm not surprised.
It's to their benefit now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Canada hasn't built a wall.
Again.
That just reminds me of the TV movie.
Yeah.
Again, nice little effects. Wouldn't normally see that in classic Who. That's, that would have been beyond them up to a point. They'd have. Oh, I'm still broadcasting. That's something.
Yeah. Margaret's doing her best Popeye impersonation now. She's strong to the finish.
I can't stand spinach.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I'm almost at the point of trying a strawberry and banana smoothie.
Smoothies are good.
Well,
I've got strawberry.
I would want ice in it. You were hoping, though, weren't you?
Oh, dear.
I mean, quite frankly, depending on its range, it would end up locking... a few years later, it would have locked on Van Statten's underground... What's it?
But surely the alien technology that Torch would have as well, it's even more local.
Or she needed the rift and an alien thing.
Right.
And this is where the TARDIS comes into it. Deus ex machina. And it has been said before, under the central column, is the power source of the TARDIS. The uppy-downy bit proves how much power is in use. This is going back to Hartnell times. See, Rose, that's all you needed. Set up some sort of interdimensional problem and the ship would have opened for you easily.
Lawnfell Fudge.
Now, I want to know why it does this to her, but almost kills Rose and kills the Doctor. Is that just the TARDIS being kind? What is it? And now she grows dreadlocks. You think I jest? And there we go. The no-win situation. He found a different way out. Which wouldn't have happened if she hadn't set that up, to be fair.
So did the TARDIS absorb her?
You'll see. That poor Set had the shit kicked out of it, even in the first series. Oh, we've lost Eddie again. Oh no, he's back.
Oh, no, he's back.
No, back here.
There she is.
You'll find out shortly.
Dirty doctor.
She's an egg.
She's got dreadlocks. So's the moon.
Did they mention that she's now an egg?
Yeah, she's mentioning there's an egg. That she's an egg. Yeah.
Okay,
she's an egg. All right, get it into your head now. She's an egg.
Are we sure?
Apparently, yes.
She's an egg.
Yeah, an egg.
Okay.
Right. Good.
As long as we're sure she's an egg.
Yep. They've confirmed it. It's canon.
Which one of us had that on the sweepstake? She's an egg.
I think Dominic may have. She's back.
I don't blame you, love.
Mickey.
I don't blame you. Walk away. There's just too much heartache there. You need to make a break.
He deserves better.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good bloke.
Yeah. Given everything he's had to put up with, he stood by her. Hey, Mickey. He's so fine.
He's so fine he blows your mind?
Hey, Missy.
Hey, Mickey. Wish I could say that. I'll need to take lessons.
I just love the fact that the twin planet Taraxacoricophalopatorius is Clom.
I can see Clom.
I'd rather see the lost book of Poosh.
Warp. All right.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Bo.
And there we go. We're not going to see what's coming up next week. We have done stopping.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah. It's the start.
Start of the end. What do we think of that?
No, it's good. I kind of, it's a hard one that to follow compared to what we watched last time around. But the whole scene between the Doctor and Margaret, that was top notch.
That was brilliant.